Ukraine forces returned seized the center of the eastern city of Bakhmut during the 58th week of the war. Ukrainian defenders were still holding the Russian army at bay, and their commanders said the Russian offensive was now clearly waning. At the same time, civilians were evacuating southern occupied regions as thousands of Ukrainian soldiers completed their overseas training for a counter-offensive that could come later this month. Wagner's army was moving backwards little by little. 2 days later, after in battle Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described as especially hot, by April 3rd, Russian forces had likely advanced in southern Bakhmut closer to the Wagner Stadium. The opposite is true, which turns out to be Russia's retreat. Zelensky had to reassure Ukrainians wary of a repeat of the siege of Mariupol, when he said corresponding decisions would be made in Bakhmut as the situation developed, as well as some 2,000 Russian soldiers were taken prisoner last year when they were surrounded by Ukrainian forces and were ordered to surrender. Russia's attacks were fewer in number, Serhiy Cherevity, spokesman for Ukraine's eastern forces, said. If earlier the occupiers stormed our positions from 35 to more than 50 times a day, in recent days their number has decreased from 17 to 25, the enemy will not be able to significantly change his so-called meter-by-meter tactics and, as the Kharkiv operation showed, these meters occupied by the enemy returned to us very quickly. British military intelligence agreed that Russia's winter campaign to seize the Donetsk and Luhansk regions by March 31st was flagging. 80 days on, it is increasingly apparent that this project has failed, it said. Russian forces have made only marginal gains at the cost of tens of thousands of casualties, the ministry wrote. Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar said Bakhmut had been Russia's most expensive battle of the entire war in men and materiel.